Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have something very special. I got sent this particular product by Brad Ostron Mull Prime. What? Brad Ostron Prime Mull? Is that your name? Brad Ostron Mull. He is from the TCCA group, the Transformers Collectors Club Australia. They are a group on Facebook. The link will be down below so you can join the group if you like. It's an awesome group, just full of Transformers fans. Yeah, like the group, the link will be down below. He sent me, oh what? Devastator, yeah. He sent me this because I wasn't gonna buy it and he wanted me to review it. This is his, I'll be sending it back. It's pretty awesome that he sent me this. Like, I'm actually quite excited to review it. I'm just loving the box art, like check it out. Seriously, that's so badass. So let's have a look at the back. The back stands up this way. So let's just put it on the side. So you can see like Devastator standing up here, and then on the side here is just the names of all the individual bots. Yeah. And of course, here's a Decepticon. Oh, and that's upside down. So yeah. Decepticon click for life. Let's open this guy up and see what's inside, even though there's nothing inside. I already took it out. Here is Hook in his alt mode as a crane. So his crane hook thing goes up and down. It doesn't extend, it just goes up and down. And it doesn't spin. I think it's fairly accurate to the G1 cartoon. It looks pretty old school. The one thing I noticed with this guy is that it's lacking on paint apps. All of them are lacking on paint apps. But the molding is quite good, it's got a lot of detailing, but the fact that it's lacking on paint apps, you can't really see the detailing, it just makes it look dull and bland and plain. Just like the rest of them, if you look at the wheels, I really don't like how the rims are painted. It's just all black and then this random green thing in the middle, which is obvious it's a clip. It looks like one of the clips that you have when you're clipping in tires for Lego. That's what I think it looks like, and I think it makes it look quite cheap and very knockoff like. All the previous toys that I know of, the tires have been attached on by pins, so I find it quite odd why they made it this way. Just makes it look cheap. So crappy wheels, lack of paint apps. That's what I will be saying about all the Constructicons in their alt modes. So crappy wheels and lack of paint apps. At least they have stayed true to the G1 colors, which is green and purple, which is awesome. He is long haul in alt mode. He is a dump truck. Again, lacking in paint apps. The wheels are connected to those things again, like those clip things. I do like the size. The size is pretty nice. It's huge. The dump truck is stationary, it doesn't actually flip over. Yeah, it doesn't really go down or flick up. The front of the truck is actually very cool. I love it. Looks like it's got a face. Looks like a mean truck, just ready to just pound you. I remember the G1 long haul. I'm pretty sure the face was the same, quite menacing. Here we have Scavenger in his alt mode, which is some sort of scooping thing, which is cool because it actually comes out, scoops up, and then brings it back up, and then you can just dump stuff. Though it has tank treads, they don't actually move, but they do have wheels at the bottom that allow you to roll them. The purple tank treads might look weird, but if you remember the G1 toy, that's how they actually were, so yeah. If you can see, there's actually so much detailing on those treads. but the fact that it's all purple, you can't see anything. Can't see crap. So with all these figures, it'll be quite interesting what Takara can come up with regarding the paint apps. And Takara always has better paint apps. Here we have Bone Crusher in alt mode. Quite similar to Scavenger. He has tank treads that don't move, but they do have wheels at the bottom, which is cool. Bone Crusher is probably the plainest out of the lot. You barely see any purple on this guy, you just see like purple little windows, and that's about it. Everything else is green, there's like a slight silver, so you can see what I'm talking about here, about the lack of paint apps. Like a lot of details, like a lot of detailing, but it's hidden because it's not highlighted. But if you were a G1 fanatic, I guess you'd be happy with this, with all of these, except probably for Mixmaster, but we'll get to him in a sec. He's got articulation on his scooping thing. Not very much, it's just up and down. It can stretch forward just a tiny little bit, but it acquires a little bit of force. Here we have Scrapper in alt mode. Very similar to Bone Crusher, except he doesn't have tank treads. He has like tractor wheels. I still don't like these wheels. Every time I look at them, it does my head in. Why? So cheap looking. So this guy, there's a little bit of purple in him, like purple windows, Decepticon logo at the top, right there. And he also has a scooper, which only has 2 points of articulation, so it goes up and down. It goes up and down, and it also bends there. Yeah, so that's it. Seriously though, there's so, like, I can't say it enough. There's so much details on this. You probably can't see it on the camera, but there is, trust me. There's so much detail. If you like to customize Transformers, you'd be like having so much fun painting this guy. Just to make it a lot better, just so all the details just pop out. And if it was actually mine, which is not, thanks again Brad Ostron Mull. He sent this to me so I can review it. And yeah, thank you. He's from the TCCA group. So check out our fan page. And last but not least, we have Mixmaster in alt mode. Now this guy is a mixing truck, like a cement mixing truck, and if you are a G1 fan, you would absolutely hate this. Didn't expect that one, did ya? Because the front of it, it just looks weird. Actually, I think this is the front, my bad. Wait, which one is it? This has got like exhaust pipes, and normally like the exhaust pipes are in front, like near the front of the truck's like head part. If this part is the front, it's a bit weird because it's got 2 sets of wheels. I'm no truck expert, but I'm pretty sure that will be hard to maneuver. So this side obviously is the front. I'm pretty sure this side's the front because it's got like the windows, and if you can see there, like it's got a ladder and like a door, I guess. I don't get how you put the cement through here and it goes down on top of you, like what? Again, if you're a G1 fan, I think this seems way too backwards. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I will compare it to Make Toys Mixmaster and boom. So, this one is the Mixmaster that I know, right there. So it looks more like a mixing truck. This one looks like, I don't even know. I don't know. Looks like Waspinator's butt got stuck. Again, this guy, lack of paint apps. At least it has a look like purple. The other ones didn't have like much purple, but this one has purple. They do have some paint apps, which is just like a tad of silver, which is like nothing. Again, a lot of details, lots of cool detailing, cool molding, crappy wheels. Does the mixing thing spin? Nope. Nope. I actually saw a video from Perfect Effect earlier, and I think they have an add-on coming out to make the mixing part spin around and to add a square cap to the front of his butt, the back of his butt, the butt, to make it more square and G1 accurate. So we'll keep a lookout for that. Here they are, Constructicons as a team. They look pretty cool together, I must admit, except for Mixmaster. I really like the size on these guys, especially with this one. Like, he's huge. It's so cool. So playability wise, kids will love it. If you guys remember like Tonka trucks, that's what it reminds me of. Like, they were just big and massive, and you can just play around with them and just like knock other cars. It's just cool. So I'm going to be doing a quick comparison. Combiner Wars Devastator. It is a Titan class. I mainly collect the generation size figures, so I wasn't sure where the scale was going to fit, but check it out. Here in alt mode is Classics Ultra Magnus. And I think it's scaled really well. I always use Classics Ultra Magnus because I assume that everyone knows what the scale is like. So alt mode alt mode scale, very good. Okay, let's look at bot mode. Here they all are in the bot mode. To be 100% honest with you guys, when I first heard about the Combiner Wars Devastator and I saw the initial pics, I didn't really care at all. Let's just say I wasn't as excited as everyone else. I wasn't actually gonna get them, and I still haven't because, like I said, these are Brad's. Even when I showed you their alt mode, I wasn't hooked in yet. I wasn't that impressed, like, at all. But now the fact that I've transformed them into bot mode, I'm so impressed. Just look at these guys, so good. Except for maybe Long Haul, he just looks like a box. So stumpy. A lot of the people in the community think that third party is superior to anything else because of the detailing that they put into their work, as well as the engineering. I do not have the G1 Devastator. I have only seen pictures, but I think this is a good upgrade representation. You've even got Scrapper over here staying true to G1 with no elbows. No elbows. I don't like that. I like elbows. But just take a look at the design, guys. In memory, they look quite accurate. Especially Bone Crusher. He looks really good. I had fun transforming him. It was really good. Since I didn't show the transformation, which I never do anyway, I was actually surprised because I was expecting the way they looked in alt mode, like it looked like it was very basic, like one step changer kinda transformation, like really basic, but the engineering is actually improving for Hasbro. For a couple of them, I had to use the instructions, let's put it that way. At the beginning, read some forums that they didn't have any weapons. Surprise, guys! They do have weapons! The weapons are made out of forearms, the big gun that Devastator has, and that shield chest plate at the front. I'm not sure if they're meant to be swords, but it works! Ching, ching, ching. So let's take a closer look at Hook. I just noticed with this that he also doesn't have elbows, so he's representing the G1s, but he does have like a swivel, like a bicep swivel, which is some sort of arm movement, so a little bit of an upgrade. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so they can go back and forth, and they only go 45 degrees up and down. The head is on a ball joint, so that goes up and down, side to side, all the way around, but it's quite limited due to its shoulder plates. This also has a ball joint where the hips are, so it allows it to move side to side, front and back, rotates at the hip. Also has a knee bend, 90 degrees, and some ankle tilt. Oh, shizza, just like broke that off. Sorry, Brad, sorry, Brad! I clicked it back on, so good. I really love the detailing on the chest. So where it's lacking alt mode, it makes up for in bot mode, which is awesome. This guy is probably my least favorite because he's just a box. Like, There's nothing much you can do. He has a lot of kibble. He's just a box. What I like about this guy is his chest. As I mentioned, it's really menacing. It's so like striking. Articulation on the head, nothing. Doesn't even turn. Very limited. It turns like a little bit. The shoulders are on a swivel joint. It just goes up and down. That much. Less than 45 degrees sideways due to it can go all the way around, back and forth, all the way around. This has I'm not even sure what to call that. This has bicep joints, elbow joints. I don't even know what to call that. Dislocated elbow, like, so it's not your traditional elbow joint. It's very weird. I'm not sure how you would use that in battle or in a fight, but it's got joints. Actually, that's pretty dumb. I'm gonna complain about that. It's like the dumbest elbow joint I've ever seen. Let's look at them. They're like, oh, look at me. He's so big, but he's just like, la 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 la. He has no waist articulation. His hips on the top of his legs are on super heavy ratchets. Like to the point where if you pulled so hard, you think it's about to break, but it's not. I'm gonna make it click once and that's it. Because this is not my toy, so I'm not gonna force stuff. There, did you hear it? That is lots of force. So they can go sideways. You can probably do the full splits, but I'm not gonna try. They can also go forward. I'll make it click once. So they're really tight and super heavy. I guess he's such a big robot that this whole top part is so heavy that the joints have to be, like the ratchets have to be heavy, so it stands up when he's Devastator. So he's like the thing that holds everything together. He's the core. The legs have limited movement backwards because of this part, the kibble-y part. He does have knee joints, which are also in ratchets, and really pointless because he can't really move. So stumpy, like how is he gonna run? Like you might as well run like this. He also has ankle tilt. Once again, pretty pointless. So here is Scavenger. He looks really cool like the other guys. I am so in love with pretty much all their chest pieces. Even their heads. Their heads are so cool. It's so accurate and box-like. It's very... He does have kibble in the back, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Yeah, you can move the scooping thing. So he looks like Scorponok. Before I said the scoopy thing had only 2 joints. I discovered when transforming him, he actually has a swivel joint right there, smack bang in the middle of these. So yeah, that's good to know. The head's on a ball joint. No, it is it? No, yes. Can't really tell. Yes, it is. It's on a ball joint. Goes up and down, all the way around, 360. Shoulders on a ball joint, so it goes front and back, side to side. His elbows are on a ball joint. They swivel around and it bends. Doesn't have waist rotation. His hips are on ball joints, so that allows him to go front and back, but not too far back. There's something stopping him, like a little tab there that stops him. And side to side. He also has knee joints, which are on a ball joint, so that just goes 90 degrees back. Personally, I think the knee joints are way too high. Looks kind of weird. He also has ankle tilt. Frozen. Oh, one issue with Scavenger. Sometimes if you don't click these in place, it can just go back down really easily. So you have to like click it in place. Make sure it's in place. Actually, there is no click, it's just friction. So eventually that will just get loose over time with like heat and stuff, I think, most likely. In terms of articulation, I think Scavenger is the best one, along with Bone Crusher, because they are quite similar. The articulation's all the same as Scavenger, except he doesn't have, he doesn't have the hook scorpion thing at the back. His ball joints at the hips are quite loose. Did you see that? Did you see that? Ready? I'm sorry, that wasn't actually the ball joint's fault. It's his crotch area, like the tabby area. It's got really small tabs that hold it in place together. So you have to click that in. Hold on, give me one sec. It doesn't click in properly. Actually, you know what? It's like, I don't even know, I can't even explain that. The tabs are way too tiny, like the little hook part is not, it can't click in because the actual tab itself just sits over the top and it doesn't click in. Hopefully that's not an issue for everyone because that's gonna be annoying. Tough luck, Brad. Sorry, man. What I absolutely love about Bone Crusher, chest piece. So annoying, so annoying. You can see how annoying that crotch area is. It's not clicking in, it's doing my head in. As I was saying, his chest is actually his scooping thing. Check it. Yeah, he can like scoop with his boobs. But that's not the purpose, I just did that. Actually, I'm not gonna touch him anymore because he's just gonna fall apart. When I moved that scooping thing in place, I literally thought that was gonna be kibble. Like, it's surprised. This is my favorite, except for his crotch. Here we have Scrapper. Well, his head's weird. Check out his head. It's like blom, 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 blom. So his head's like really loose, doesn't really click in. It's a bit of an issue. It has a bit of articulation, but the fact that it doesn't click into place, it just nods up and down. So like the slightest touch will make it sink back down. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. The shoulders are on a swivel joint. It can go side to side, back and forth, all the way around. No hip rotation, no elbow bend. He does have a bicep swivel. Hips are on a ball joint. Goes side to side, back and forth, freely with no obstruction. It's got ankle tilt. What's annoying with most of these, they have such loose joints, like they don't just stay in place. Maybe because majority of them are top heavy. The looseness of the joints are more the hips, but this one isn't as bad as some of them. Like it's really just fiddly. Like that's what I don't like. It's just too fiddly. Yeah, just trying to balance them, and this head is doing my head in. Like look at that. It's so loose, really loose. Anyway, it's got massive kibble at the back. That's his like little scoop thing. His front chest area looks cool. He's one of the most detailed chest sections. It looks really cool. Finally, here is Mixmaster. So we'll start with articulation. He has like some sort of hood that's stopping me from moving his head too much. But it does move from side to side and a little bit up and down. His shoulders is on a swivel, which allows him to go side to side only a little bit because of this. The kibble is stopping it. And it goes back and forth all the way around. No waist swivel. His hips are on a ball joint, which goes back and forth. It doesn't go all the way back because of this, which I really don't like. I'll get into that in a second. It goes side to side. And he has a bit of ankle tilt. He has knee bend, 90 degrees. Now, this guy, he just looks weird. This guy's butt is like Waspinator's butt. I don't even know what this looks like. This just looks weird. It's so messy looking. I just don't like it. Like, maybe if they had like a thing where they can flip it up, since there's kibble anyway, just flip it up so it's like over here. I don't know. I just don't like how it hangs like a butt. It's like he's taking a poo. I don't know. It's just weird. Oops, I forgot to mention that this guy has elbow bend in a funny place. Really funny place. They seem really low. And yep, that's about it. I have now prepped all the limbs so we can start combining Devastator. Wait, where does this go? How does this even go? Does it make sense? Yeah, don't know how it clips in. Like you can see the tabs where it's supposed to go, but then you just can't like. So yes, it does. Oh my gosh, so dumb, so dumb. That was awesome. It's freaking huge. It looks mean. Now that it's all combined, it looks pretty good. There's a few things that I would complain about. Like I complained about when they were in bot mode individually. Like it's the plastic, guys. It does my head in. You can see there is so much details. Similar problem as well, like to Metroplex. Like you can see that there's so much detail, but if you customize this, it will look amazing. I saw a guy who customized Metroplex, and damn, it looked good. And you can only imagine what this guy will look like when it's being customized. It looks pretty good. It's very I guess with every combiner, like it's not very stable and you're just scared that it might fall. The one thing I don't like, and the fact that it's so huge, you could have at least given it individual, like articulated fingers. It just goes like this. The fingers are attached, the thumb does not move. What? Thumb doesn't even move. The thumb could have at least moved. It has wrist rotation. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's very tight. It's really, really tight, so just be careful, like maybe hold on to the forearm. It's got like some elbow bend and swivel. I was supposed to bend that, but it ended up turning. So it's got some elbow bend, bicep swivel. It's got some shoulder articulation, goes side to side. I'm not sure if it can go back and forth. Yes, it can. It can go back and forth. You have to like hold on to the whole thing to like move its arm. When you like move it up, you can see like this whole, this cavity thing, which is I'm not too fussed about, but they could have just somehow filled that in with something, because I just don't like random gaps everywhere. But what can you do? It's huge. You don't really care about the gaps. It's got head swivel. It turns its head all the way around. That's about it. Doesn't nod up and down. This is so hard to show articulation. Well, it's got waist articulation. I'm not going to spin it all the way around because it's so massive. It's on ratchets. I was talking about that before when long haul had really tight ratchets. Well, that's because of this reason. He's the torso, so he has to hold the legs, everything. So these ratchets are tight. It can go all the way around. It's got these skirt flaps just to make things neat. The skirt flaps don't move. Oh, yes they do. They go up and down. Yeah. It's like, hey guys, check it out. Oh, yeah. Sexy legs. It's got a thigh rotation. There we go. So it has hip rotation. Oh, what the hell did I just do? It's like double jointed. So it's got hip rotation. Movement. I'm not gonna show you everything to detail because this is like, it's really fiddly. You can go back and forth, like back and forth. Just notice that this also has another joint here. Here, just underneath the thigh or the hip joint, it's got another joint. It also has a knee bend. It goes side to side. It can go further up, but it's just too much ratchet, so that it goes side to side. This also has a knee bend, which the knee is like super high. Like look where the knee is. The knee should be like here, right? Somewhere like there. But the knee is like up here. And you can just bend it. And it's like a long ass like leg. It's so weird. Oh no! See what I mean? It's too fiddly, guys. Okay, it has a knee bend. It goes 90 degrees. And it's got ankle tilt that goes in. So when oh my gosh, I had a heart attack. Okay, it's back to normal. That's for when you like spread its legs out. You can have like a bit of tilting so it looks badass. There we go. So you can have like a massive stance. But I'm gonna put it back to how it was because it doesn't feel stable and things are just falling out of place. It's so fiddly. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for articulation. For Devastator, as I mentioned before, I had mixed opinions about this, which is why I didn't buy it. Now that I've played with it, for under 200 bucks, I have changed my mind completely. It's definitely worth the money, seeing as if you were gonna get a third-party combiner, you are gonna pay for over $400. But third party still cool. If you can get your hands on this, definitely get it. It looks cool. The size is just fantastic. But I will still prefer third party over this. But if you can't afford or don't have money for the third party, this is just as like, it's pretty awesome. I would say just as good, but it displays well. It looks imposing. This looks cool. For under 200 bucks, it looks pretty damn cool. Let's compare it to other figures. Masterpiece scale, here is Quake Wave. It's just like such a good size. Hey buddy. For Generations and Classics line, here's Ultra Magnus. I think it scales good. It's such a good size. Now let's compare this guy to my third party combiner. This is a lot smaller, this is a lot bigger. Price wise, this has more plastic, so it's worth it. But I still lean more towards this because I like this figure better. But that's just my opinion. Only because I'm so attracted to detail and this just looks good. But the size, I am loving the size of this. I'm not saying this looks bad, it still looks awesome. For the amount of money you pay for it, it looks bloody awesome. But I'm just a bit picky about detailing, so I'm still leaning towards more the third party. This is meant to be a Titan class, I believe. So let's compare it to another Titan class figure, which is Metroplex. Okay, this guy, you can't see his head, I'm so sorry. But that just shows like the size difference. Metroplex will always be a lot bigger. In the G1 cartoons, Devastator was always battling with Omega Supreme, so let's see how this one scales. This is the only Omega Supreme I have. Devastator's huge. It's quite taller. Omega Supreme should be big, but it still works. It's good enough. They can still battle, like, yeah. Well, I just like made them kiss just then. I'm not sure what I just did. I hope you like this review of Devastator. It does have a few flaws, but it's not perfect. But for under 200, it's worth it. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel if you want. Like me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything down below. All the links are down below. And yeah, until next time, see ya!